What is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka aDrive. Pretty guys, week 6 of the NPA. The New York Metapods are taking on the Dunsparcelona and Coach Baby Powder. And if you guys are super duper hyped, I need you guys to show your love on that like button down below, as your support is greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe if you are new, of course. Now, I just want to address this in case you did not watch the pregame press video, which is of course in the description below. So check that out for all of our sets and everything. But we did not have a match last week, so let me just kind of clear the air here. Everyone was like, "Where's your match, Dan? Why didn't you post a match?" It's because we had a bye week. So every team in the league gets one bye week throughout the season. Ours just happened to be last week, so we actually don't have a match, or we have a match every week now until the season's over, basically, until playoffs or whatever. So no need to worry, guys. I'm pretty, adamant about not missing my uploads or anything like that. So it wasn't on me. I just had a bye week, so not a big deal. So we are 4-0. We're taking on the Dunsparcelona, and they are actually 0-5. So they've kind of gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, but we know Baby Powder can actually play really well, as he was a playoff contender in a different league, I think called the PGL or something like that. So kind of got to keep that in mind. But anyway, I think it's time to pretty much jump into this. We do have a question of the day today, too. Before we get any further, is if Mega Greninja happens in Pokemon Sun and Moon, what ability should it get? Should it get Protein or something else? And what would you say the stat distribution is going to be? So we know it's going to add roughly about 100 points to the Greninja stat total. So let me know. Get a little creative in the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts are. We do know Ash's Greninja exists, right? So there's a very good chance that there's a Mega Greninja potentially in Sun and Moon. I don't know. Just a theory. But we'll have some fun here. So I'm a little bit rusty, but we're going to jump into this match here and hopefully we can win. So let me connect to the internet here, get my match against Powder, and we'll see how things go. Cool. All right, guys, so we have connected here with Baby Powder. We're going to find out just what team he's going to be bringing. Obviously, the pregame, you can kind of view what my team is and all that stuff here. I did notice that Pangoro actually could be quite problematic if he does run a scrappy Pangoro, just because of the Sableye, but he will lose a little bit of power with the potential Iron Fist there. So we'll kind of see what he's going to bring. I think I'm going to predict his team pretty closely, though. He does bring the Pangoro. No, he brings the Bronzong. He does not bring Greninja, so that's actually a huge start out of the way. He brings the Roserade instead, but I think we nailed his team aside from that. So the Roserade is most certainly going to carry Dazzling Gleam. Feel pretty confident in saying that, but we'll kind of see how things shape up here. But it's actually good he didn't bring the Roserade. Or the Greninja. I was a little bit worried about that Greninja just because its ability to take on Cresselia a little bit better. Luckily for us, Cresselia manages to take on the Roserade a little bit better. So in terms of his lead here, I mean, he could lead with that Pangoro, which would be a little bit problematic. I really want to get my Mega Evolution off here, so that is going to be my focus. I am going to lead with Mega Sableye to just get that Fake Out off, get that Mega Evolution here. I'm not going to overthink this lead situation. He's got the Altaria, Roserade, Mew, Pangoro, Chiron Black, and Bronzong. So Bronzong is his Stealth Rock setter, most certainly. I think that Roserade could be a Scarfed Roserade, or it could be, some sort of offensive utility set. I do anticipate the Dazzling Gleam on that, though. I think he's going to really prep a lot for the Sableye. I think Scrappy Pangoro makes a lot of sense, so I'm not surprised to see that. The Kyurem is going to be a problem here. We actually have a tough matchup. I mean, his team's actually pretty good. He's got a few core weaknesses, but he's got a good team. I mean, Altaria is one of those Pokemon that can set up and just sweep a team. So, I mean, with all these things, factored in here, it's going to be kind of a tough match. So I'm definitely not taking it lightly. I will say I did prep a little bit hastily this week. I've just had a couple things going on that kind of been taking my time. I got my, I got a lot of stuff going on actually, with the wedding stuff and bridal showers and all sorts of stuff. So just a lot of stuff going on. So hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt here, but I think the team we brought is going to be the team that will hopefully bring us to a 5-0, 5-0 record or whatever, because I think we're the only team left that's undefeated at this point. So I'm going to lead with Sableye here. Obviously, Mirror Mirror. I know I get a free Mega Evolution off. If he leaves that Pangoro, then I'm really thinking that thing is going to be scrappy. He's going to leave with Bronzong. Excellent scenario for me. I lose nothing here at all by clicking Will-O-Wisp. The only thing I potentially lose is him going into his Mew. But you know what I think I'm going to actually do? I think I actually can just click knockoff here. Getting off an item on anything, whether it is the Pangoro, whether it's something else, will be incredibly useful to me. I do just want a quick rundown of Bronzong's moveset here. I need to close my my phone here. People are messaging me about the wedding stuff, of course. So I don't really think there's anything this thing could do to me. There really shouldn't be anything this thing could do to me, so I really think I get a free safe knockoff here. There's really no sense in going for that Fake Out right now because Bronzong can't touch me, so if I can get a free knockoff on something, that could be incredibly useful. The only thing that doesn't work against is the Altaria, but if he brings the Altaria in predicting a burn, that would just be very strange. So I'm gonna make sure I click Mega Evolution, and I'm gonna click knockoff, and that'll be my first turn move. He is gonna stay in, it looks like, I think is how the order works. You would think after as many battles I've done, I would know these things, but I'm not really too worried about Bronzong, so I'll get this item off off here. He might be a dual screen set as well, judging by the fact he stayed in, so I'll get rid of his light clay. He does have leftovers, so maybe he isn't. He's going to skill swap, so he's going to take our magic bounce ability here. So really cool play there right off the bat from the Bronzong. He wants those rocks up, but if he wants to take my, and I know he has levitate now, so that's really good. He has no item. If he wants those rocks up that badly, go for it, man, because I'm gonna put some pressure on here with Vesuvius here, and if he wants to trade rocks for like something getting absolutely bodied by a Sacred Fire, then that's fine. I'm just gonna make the swap here into Entei and click Sacred Fire. That'll definitely knock out the Bronzong at this range. You know, if he wants to get his rocks up, fine. Skill swap Bronzong, don't really care. I'm not gonna stress about it. It's a great play, good move on his part. Can't prep for that, so not really worried about it. He is gonna go for the rocks here. So he gets those rocks up, but now I get to fire off a pretty big hit here. And as you can see from his team, there's not a whole lot wants to take it. I mean, Altaria can come in, but Altaria doesn't want to take it. Mew doesn't want to take a couple Sacred Fires and really can't do a whole lot back to me, especially if he's specially offensive. And we're going to be able to put a big hit on something here, and this Bronzong might actually just go down right away. I don't really think he can really do a whole lot. I'm going to assume that Bronzong's not living this. I didn't even bother calcing, but I'm just assuming that he's not going to want to take it. No, especially from the damage that I did otherwise. If that Mega Altaria is offensive, if he just brings in straight up Altaria right now, like, it's going to take, if he's offensive, it's going to do like 35%, and I kill him with Stone Edge or Iron Head once he Megas. So something's going to like pretty much die. If he brings in Mew, I can get some intel on, you know, what kind of set it is. I don't have to worry about his Synchronize. I actually have a chance to 2-hit KO the Mew, depending on if he's offensive or not. So this Sacred Fire is going to do a lot of damage and is going to hurt something pretty badly right now. He did get the rocks up, so hey, you know what? If he wants to spend a Pokemon and lose a lot of momentum to get his rocks up, then it is what it is, man. I have a couple rock weak Pokemon, Scolipede and Entei, but you know, I got Entei in already, and it's going to be able to put in some pressure and break some walls already. And that once his Bronzong's gone, like Gardevoir has so much like usability. Like once Bronzong and Roserade are gone, like Gardevoir is amazing. So I think this isn't a terrible situation for me to be in here. I'm not too worried. Let's see what he's gonna do. He's gotta switch something into a Sacred Fire. So if I was him, I would let the Bronzong just go down. He is gonna take the Sacred Fire here. We know he doesn't have an item, so I don't think this Bronzong is living that, and he is not. So we get rid of the Bronzong. Entei's able to take it out on the second turn, which is pretty nice, or the third turn or whatever. So Entei kills Bronzong with Sacred Fire. And we get rid of one thing here. So now, depending on what he brings in, I might just let my Entei stay in here. The reason being is because if he brings in the Altaria, I can Iron Head it. If he brings in the Mew, I can kind of scout out for what set it is, and I'm going to take 25% anyway. So, you know, I feel like it's in my best interest to just, you know, fire off another attack here, but we'll see what he's going to do. We'll see what he's bringing in here first before we make any hasty decisions. But we got rid of the Bronzong, so his Bronzong got Stealth Rocks up and then died. I mean, I can't, it did its job probably, but it just opens the door for Gardevoir later. That is one less thing that Cresselia can set up on now, but I think Cresselia can still put in some work against a couple other Pokemon with that Moonblast and just being able to hit things pretty hard with that Fairy-type stab. Well, it's not stab, but Fairy-type move. Sorry, I'm like super dehydrated. Don't mind me, guys. Just really need some water here. I feel like I'm so rusty, guys. After having a bye week last week, I haven't played a lot of competitive lately. So this is my first match in like 2 weeks, and I know that doesn't seem like a long time, but it really feels like it. When you take a whole week and you don't prepare at all for a team, and you don't have a match, and it's like, it just kind of threw me off my little grind here, whatever. I went to prepare and I'm like, wait, what's on my team again? What team do I have? I'm like, oh wait, I have Mega Sableye, that's right. Here comes the Altaria. So if he goes for an Earthquake here, I know I can take an Earthquake from an Altaria. Let me just take a look here. Mega Altaria, let's say he's the offensive Dragon Dance variant with Earthquake. I know I can take 100% unless he crits me. I can fire off an Iron Head here and do a tremendous amount of damage. I also can switch, so I have a couple options here. If I wanted to switch, he might predict me to switch. I should outspeed as well. That's another nice part about this. So I could Sacred Fire, then Iron Head, try to get that burn, which might not be a terrible idea. Sacred Fire, then Iron Head, because if I burn him, then he's pretty much crippled. The Iron Head is going to do more, though. If you get up a Cotton Guard, that would be problematic. Do I want to roll that 50% chance on that burn? That's the real question. I'm definitely staying in here. 50% on the burn or just click Iron Head twice? Let me go that 50% of the burn because that'll really help us out against his potential use of Earthquake. And if he wants to like Draco or something, that's totally fine with me if he Draco Meteors here because I have the AV. If he's a special Altaria, that's actually best case scenario. He's definitely not going to expect my Assault Vest. So I'm going to go for the Sacred Fire. He might also think that I'm Scarfed by going for a second Sacred Fire here, which could give him a false security in that he's going to live in Iron Head, which he obviously won't. So he will stay in and Mega Evolve. So we know he's staying in here. He could Earthquake us, could Hyper Voice us, he could go for a Substitute, he could do a lot of different things. We should have no, we are going to outspeed here, we are going to hit the Sacred Fire. Our burn will be very nice. We do have a 50% chance here on this burn, and that does very little, but we get the burn, so very effective there. That's going to really help us out. He's going to go for the Hyper Voice, so we find out he is a special Altaria, which is phenomenal for me. And he might think I'm locked now, so he probably cares not about the burn. But that extra burn damage is going to give us the opportunity now to fire off a big Iron Head, and Iron Head does look like it has a chance to kill him from here. Not guaranteed, but has a good chance. So I'm going to reveal that I'm not locked into Sacred Fire and go for the Iron Head, and this does have a chance to kill him. If it doesn't, the burn could take him out. Does not kill him, and I get the flinch, so a bit unfortunate there that I do get the flinch. My bad, dude, I apologize for the flinch, but that's competitive Pokemon for you. Here's an opportunity that I have. Do I Iron Head again, guaranteeing the kill, or do I Sacred Fire, chancing that he's, you know, he's gonna, he could switch out here. I don't think he's gonna save this thing. I think the safest play is to Iron Head, but we have a 95% chance of Sacred Fire to hit, so I will Sacred Fire here. We do hit, so it's not gonna matter. So Entei just straight up just kills another Pokemon. So Entei kills Altaria with Sacred Fire, and Entei is done everything I needed it to do already. It's already taken down 2 Pokemon. That Assault Vest allowed us to take that Hyper Voice without a problem, and Entei has already proven itself to be incredibly useful here. Here comes the Mew, another situation where, realistically, I think I just click Sacred Fire. Again, I'm not gonna, like, over-predict. I can't get burned from his Synchronize, and he's just gonna go for the knockoff here, so Utility Mew, it looks like, that is going to do a decent amount to us and get rid of our Assault Vest, but that's fine with me. He's got the knockoff. If I get a burn here, that would be absolutely wonderful. We do a tremendous amount, and he shows the leftovers. Okay, so we see the leftovers, and now that I know, I kind of want to see what kind of Mew this is based on that damage, because it did a pretty decent amount. I would say that's a pretty standard, like, semi-bulky, but he does have a lot of speed investment, so I am gonna just click Sacred Fire again. I'm not too worried about the Roserade at this point, even though this is one of my better responses to it. He's going for the Psychic here. This may or may not knock us out. It's not going to, just because we do have, you know, a little bit of special defense investment. We're just naturally bulky. This huge Sacred Fire comes off. We get the burn. He cannot synchronize us with the burn, so that's going to be incredibly useful. I don't know if the burn will take him out because of the leftovers, but we are going to weaken him down to the point where this Mew is almost gone. He's almost dead. Now, because his team is so slow, I am going to just go for the extreme speed here. If he wants to switch and preserve his Mew, that is up to him. I'm not going to overpredict here. I have a chance to knock this Mew out. And if he stays in, he stays in. But I'm sure he's expecting the extreme speed. But at Mew at this low of health, it's not like he can bring it in on anything. And if I get rocks up, then it automatically dies. So let me just do a calc here. 45 out of 191. Don't feel like doing the math. We actually do not live Stealth Rock, so we are staying in until we die. I'm not switching this thing out at this point. If he wants to switch out this Mew at this much health to have something else take an extreme speed, then go for it, because Pangoro isn't, unless it's Scarfed, is not going to take it. Kyurem, unless it's Scarfed or max speed, isn't going to want to take a Sacred Fire. I really lose nothing here. I lose nothing by just clicking extreme speed. He is going to stay in here, so Vesuvius is just putting in the finest of work. Entei kills Mew with extreme speed. And this is exactly what I talked about in the pregame of wanting to use Entei as a wall breaker and really start to use him offensively early game. I did say in my pregame, which I recommend you guys watch if you don't usually. I recommend watching it because I really try to go through the teams pretty in depth. Here comes his Roserade, and obviously the Sacred Fire is the most useful of moves here. It makes the most sense of any move I could use. But the problem with going for Sacred Fire is I actually think this thing is Scarfed. Or he's going to outspeed me. If he's max speed, he will outspeed me. So part of me thinks that it's worth the damage as opposed to as opposed to like chancing a kill here, because E-Speed is gonna do like half. So I'd rather go for the E-Speed and get some damage than go for the Sacred Fire and get no damage. So I will just go for the E-Speed here, and this should do about half to this thing. It does over half, and he's gonna Sludge Bomb. So I do think he was gonna be faster than us. If I still had my Assault Vest, that would be wonderful, but we do not. So what are you gonna do? So Roserade, he has Life Orb actually. So Roserade kills Entei with Sludge Bomb. And now I know he's Life Orb, which is really nice. Here's the question. Can I actually kill him with Arwen yet or no? I don't think I can. Okay, so what I can do here is I can go to Crimson and I can Poison Jab. And I will definitely outspeed after a speed boost. And if he Sludge Bombs me, it doesn't... No, I definitely outspeed him anyway. I'm pretty sure. Do I outspeed him? Let me check here. I'm not fully speed invested on Scolipede, so I probably won't actually. I do actually outspeed him. I have enough to outspeed Kyurem, so I do outspeed him. And a Poison Jab will most certainly knock him out. So Crimson's coming in here, and Crimson with a Mega Horn, Superpower, those kind of moves, after the speed boost, I will outspeed everything on his team, so I'm pretty free to just click Poison Jab here, and that will definitely knock out this Roserade without a problem. I don't even have to stress about it. We're just gonna click Poison Jab. I know I'm gonna outspeed him now that I saw that Life Orb. So Scolipede here should be able to put in the finest of work, and it may be able to clean up the last 3 Mons. It's really going to be close. I don't think our Superpower will kill the Kyurem. It will kill the Pangoro, though. But if Scolipede goes down, assuming he's not Scarf Kyurem, Gardevoir wins the game with Moonblast. So we are in a very, very good situation here. He really can't switch his Roserade out at this point in time. I don't think it would make sense. But realistically, our play here is just click a few moves with Scolipede, get some attacks off, and Scolipede's going to kill Roserade with Poison Jab, and that's gonna take out that, so that's gone. And now he's just left with his Kyurem and his Pangoro. Now, Kyurem is a big threat, just because it could set up a substitute against us and stuff like that, but this Life Orb Superpower against the Kyurem is gonna do a tremendous amount of damage, depending on how much bulk investment he has. It actually will do, it would have killed after rocks, but unfortunately, it's going to do 82 to 97%, so it will not kill the Kyurem, but it'll put him in a range where Gardevoir can come in and click Moonblast twice and win the game here, so I lose nothing by clicking Superpower next. And if he goes into Pangoro, well, that's a different story altogether, because Pangoro probably dies to Superpower. Pangoro definitely dies to Superpower, so... if he goes into our play is Superpower no matter what, because I outspeed everything at this point, and I don't necessarily need Scolipede anymore. Again, Gardevoir cleans up regardless, so he is going to go to Kyurem. So I know that my Superpower won't kill this thing, but it will bring him in a range where he can't substitute, and that's the important part. And I do outspeed him because of our speed boost there, so I am going to go for the Superpower here. He will, in return, kill our Scolipede, but that should give us an opportunity to go into Gardevoir. We actually almost knock him out. That is so close. So close, Scolipede. I was hoping, my friend, that you could do it, but he is going to Ice Beam here. Which is fine, because that means if he is Scarf, then I know I can live it. He might actually be Life Orb. Hopefully he's not, though. He is not Life Orb, so that's fine. So Kyurem kills Scolipede with Ice Beam, and now I know he's at least the mix set. If he's Scarfed, it's fine. I'm going into Arwen here. I am Choice Scarfed, so I will outspeed the Pangoro 100%. And I can just click Moonblast twice now, and I think we win, because I have enough special bulk that I could easily take an Ice Beam from a Kyurem. Arwen is a very, very bulky Pokemon from the special side, despite its low HP stat. I'm going to go for that Moonblast here, which is going to super effectively hit that Pangoro 4 times. And we should be in good shape here. The only way that this plan gets spoiled is if he Scarf Kyurem and he Ice Beam freezes us right now. That would be the only way that this kind of gets messed up, but he is definitely not. So Gardevoir kills Kyurem with Moonblast, and I think he probably realizes that it's over here, because Gardevoir versus Pangoro, unless he's Scarf Pangoro, which was a very scary Pokemon, by the way, because of Scrappy. I was really worried about that, but Moonblast does over about 250% to this thing, so we can kill 2.5 Pangoros right now with this Moonblast. Because I am Scarfed, I know I 100% outspeed him, and that's gonna be the game. I don't really see any, unless he could be Sashed. If he's Sashed, that's why we have Fake Out on Sableye. But it was nice to dive dust the cobwebs off this week, guys. He's got the Fairy Reduction Berry. I don't think that's going to matter, man. I really don't. I think this Pangoro, unless he's super bulky, is going down. He is going down. So that's fine with me. He's got his Rosalie Berry. I don't know what he thought that was going to prevent from happening, but Gardevoir is going to clean up there. We're able to dust the cobwebs off, and that was a nice little 4-0 win for us. Kind of get us back in shape here for the next week of matches, and good props to my friend Powder, by the way, guys. I think we were able to, he kind of put a little bit too much emphasis on getting those rocks up early game, which I knew do hurt Entei and Scolipede, but I think letting me get that free switch into Entei so early in the match just really hindered the momentum for him. He didn't have a really dedicated Entei response aside from maybe that Altaria, but since I ran that AV Entei, I kind of forced him to use so many utility moves. I mean, he lost 3 Pokemon to start off the game, and he basically lost 3.5 Pokemon right at the beginning. He lost his Mew, his Altaria, and his Bronzong to my Entei, then lost half the health on the Roserade. So, I mean, it really just put him at a bad spot, and then, you know, I knew Gardevoir can clean up there at the end. I saw that big weakness to Fairy on his team. So, anyway, big props to him, guys. I hope you did enjoy this match. A little bit of a quick match there, but I'm not going to complain. Mr. Metapods dancing in the corner there, so you can't hate on that. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you did enjoy. My name is Dan. I'm the coach of your New York Metapods. We hit him with a hard end yet again, and I'm going to catch you guys next week. Peace.